Hey guys, welcome to Gamebad. Today we're doing a video, and today we're covering another weapon from Insurgency Sandstorm ISMC mod, that being the SCAR Light, or the Mark 16. So as you guys know, if you're following the channel, I am on a SCAR kick once again. So we covered the SCAR Heavy in Warzone yesterday for another Outplay the Meta video, and today we're going over to Insurgency Sandstorm to cover the SCAR Light, or the Mark 16. Something that probably should have been a conversion kit for Modern Warfare and Warzone's SCAR Heavy, which is strange that they never included that. So getting in here to the gameplay, we're just going to jump in. I'm going to give a bit of information about the weapon, and then we'll jump into some raw gameplay here. You'll see I'm going to be running the Mark 16 of the SCAR Light with a 4x1 SU-230 with a top-mounted Delta point. Also, I'm going to be running I started with the grip pod, but I ended up switching over to the Magpul RBG again. The AAC suppressor, the PEC 15 laser light combo there. So we have the PEC 15 on top with the flashlight mounted on the right-hand Picatinny rail. We're going to be running hollow point ammunition as well as operators training. And then for my secondary, I'm actually going to be running a SIG MPX, which you guys will see. I'll be using that quite a bit here. So a little bit of a mix of gameplay I'll show off here. Got probably one or two, at least two different maps that I'll be showing. Operation Redwood is one of them, which is a beautiful map. So overall, just a great mod again. The SCAR Light is a very interesting weapon, and this is chambered in 5.6x45 NATO versus the SCAR Heavy, the Mark 17, which is chambered in 7.62x51 NATO. So the SCAR standing for Special Operation Forces Combat Assault Rifle. Those are the two calibers that it was initially, or is available in still to this day. It comes in three different barrel lengths, that being the CQC variant for close quarters, the standard, the STD, and then the long barrel, or LB variants. All different barrel sizes there, available for both the SCAR Heavy and the SCAR Light here. Now, one thing that's interesting, in I believe it was 2004, is when USSOCOM ended up purchasing these weapons after the testing for the SCAR program, and the SCAR Light and the SCAR Heavy were both purchased. However, as of 2009, I believe, the SCAR Light was canceled. They were no longer going to be purchasing any more SCAR Lights. However, the military would continue to purchase the SCAR Heavy, and the SCAR Lights would be phased out of inventory by 2013. However, they will continue to purchase the conversion kits, which barrel and other different conversions there that you need to swap out the barrel and change the lower receiver out for the 5.6. So you still will be able to convert the SCAR Heavies to SCAR Lights if need be. So that would, I believe, just be the barrel change, the low receiver, and the magazine there, obviously. And essentially, you would be able to convert to the SCAR Light. There's probably something I'm missing there, or the bolt would most likely need to be swapped as well. So that's how you would convert it. A very interesting weapon. Again, it weighs very little, as well as has little recoil compared to what you even see in this game. The SCAR Light here, mainly if I'm hip firing, will have pretty heavy recoil on full auto, which makes sense. But for the SCAR Heavy and the SCAR Light, it still has very little recoil in real life. Design period was 2004 through present, and again, available in the 7.62x51 NATO, the 5.6x45, and there's also recently 6.8mm conversions for this rifle as well, which I expect we may be seeing in Battlefield coming up here this year. So the mass of the weapon overall, if we're looking at the SCAR Light Standard Barrel Edition, which is really what we're using here in game, it's going to be 7.3 pounds. The length of the weapon overall for the SCAR Light Standard is going to be 25 inches with the stock folded, and with the stock extended, that would be 29 inches for the total length. Now, the barrel length on this weapon, again, if we're looking at the standard barrel length for the SCAR Light, it's going to be 14 inches, versus the barrel length of the SCAR Heavy Standard Edition would be 16. So here we're running in game the SCAR Light Standard, that'll be a 14-inch barrel, and the cartridge being the 5.6x45 NATO. But like I said, it does have the ability, the SCAR platform, because it was designed to be modular and able to swap barrels, etc. So it does have the ability to take the 6.5mm. So I said 6.8. I meant 6.5mm Creedmoor round, mainly for the Mark 20 SSR. So interesting conversion there. Again, hopefully we see something like that in these upcoming games, whether it's Battlefield or Modern Warfare 2 next year. It operates with a gas-operated short-stroke piston and a rotating bolt. The rate of fire is going to be 550 through 650 rounds per minute. And the muzzle velocity for the SCAR Light is going to be 2,870 feet per second, or 870 meters per second. and that also is dependent on the cartridge fired, mainly being the M855 cartridge of the 5.56x45 NATO. The effective range for the SCAR Light is going to be 330 yards, and if we're looking at the standard barrel, it'd be 770 yards. Now the feed system is going to be the standard Stenag box mag for the SCAR Light, as well as if we look at the SCAR H, it would just take the SSR 20-round box mag. So SCAR Light can hold 30, the Mark 17 of the SCAR Heavy can hold 20 rounds in that box mag. However, there are aftermarket 30-round magazines available for the SCAR Heavy. And in the sights, you have the iron sights from FN Herstal for the flip-up sights, as well as you can mount optics on the Picatinny rails also. So, really interesting weapon here. SCAR's always been one of my favorite weapons, and as of late, I would say, just playing with it again through all these different games, it's definitely one of my favorite of all time now. Right up there with the M60 and some of the AK platforms. So SCAR is definitely one of my top weapons. I have a lot of fun with this weapon. And you'll also notice the MPX here, like I said, I'm using it as a secondary. This thing's a lot of fun to use, the SIG MPX, 9mm, 9x19 Parabellum. A lot of fun to use this weapon. This is another weapon we don't see in 2019's Modern Warfare. However, you do see this in Battlefield 4, so again, it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what the comparison looks like between the weapons in Battlefield this year versus what was in Modern Warfare, as well as comparing it to past titles and other titles like this being Insurgency Sandstorm. So I'm going to leave you guys with the gameplay. Let me know what you guys think of the SCAR Light or the Mark 16. Until next time, it's Buffrey Gaming, out.
Captain, Reloading!
I'm not friendly!